The other part I wanted to share, so a couple of days ago, right, I get in the car to go pick up Damien, and all the windows were closed, right? So obviously, this being, the bee, must have gotten in there while I had come home, like a couple of hours before then, after dropping Damien to work. So I get in the car, and like it's really hot, so I'm trying to put all the windows down, and there's this bee sitting like right where the the gear stick is, right? So on that thing. And as I'm like about to sit in the car, it's coming at me, and I kid you not, it's like slow motion. Watching it happen, it flew and came right at, like, right there. You can barely see it, but right there, it just stung me there. And my reaction was just like, I didn't even know it was the bee at the time, right? But I pulled it and I just dropped it. And then in that meantime, it was sitting like, and I'm like, oh motherfucker, that hurt like hell. And I was like, oh, I got stung by a bee. And my natural reaction was like, oh, just as well I'm not allergic. And if I am, well, I'm going to find out driving, aren't I? And in that moment, I was like trying to usher the bee off the gear stick. And this pain is still shooting through my arm, and I'm still not, doing much about it. And then next minute I see the bee, and he's just slid into the crevice of where the gear stick is. So I'm like, oh, okay, sweet as, carried on driving. And as I was driving out the driveway, I was like, oh my God, I actually have to tell Damon, hey, how was your day? I just literally got stung by a bee. Which I found was really, really fascinating. And then he comes, pick him up, get home, and we laugh about it. And then in that time, like, I haven't put anything on the sting or anything, and it's still hurting. And then we get a message from one of our friends who was heading out to the river. And I was like to Damien, well, the thing is that if we're going to catch up with him, he either has to come here, or the only way we're catching up with him is if we go out in nature. And that's when he suggested, oh, let's meet at the river. So I was like, sweet, get my nature time, go out to the river. And by that time, the pain is there. I know that there's something there, but it's not bothering me, right? By that time. And then I go out in nature and, do my fairy things as I do my photos and stuff. And then I get down by the water. That's where, I took some photos and stuff of my Merlin's cone and stuff. And I took the water and I, washed my face and washed my hands and arms and stuff like that. And I kid you not, ever since then, like, I've got no pain. Like, when you, like, press on it, you can tell that there's something there. But, I just find that quite fascinating because, I've never had encounters with bees that close before. Like, I know that since my last couple of journeys with our group, I've had bees, like, different, like, big bumblebees and others that are around me when I'm out and about. But this was the first time that I had one sting me, like, right there in that peripheral vision. And I thought, wow, I'm due to do another initiation for the new year, within self, and there's certain aspects of my story that I'm ready to embrace fully and actually make it part of my daily. And I just saw that this bee medicine is the divine confirmation of where I'm headed and what my role is for the collective. So yeah, I thought that was quite funny, like, a good laugh for people for the last day of 2023.